can you introduce yourself to all of us and let people know what you do before we get started?
Absolutely. My name is Ursula Darby, and I'm a psychic, a medium, and an animal communicator. So I read people and animals that are here on the earth plane and that are in spirit world.
How long have you known about your ability?
The furthest back that I can recall is starting from the age of 5. So it's been most of my life. And it's never stopped. It didn't park. I didn't give it a break. It didn't. It's ongoing all day, all night. But I get to sleep now. I couldn't sleep for many, many, many years.
I could only imagine the noise. I mean, the noise of just one person in themselves, let alone all the other things that were crossing your path. Wow. I don't know. It must be a bit of a blessing and a curse.
It's a combination of things, right? I mean, first of all, the part of it is that once I made it my profession because I understood it, but I spent the majority of my life not understanding what it was, meaning being an intuitive or being a medium. I didn't understand that, and I couldn't put those 2 and 2 together, no matter how much I invested in research, reading, meeting people, meeting so-called teachers or mentors. No. None of that worked. So I had to embark on my own research and figure out what it was and what was going on, because there wasn't the support that was around me. So it showed up for me every single day. Showed up meaning that I would see people in spirit throughout the day, but also intuitively, I would know how people were feeling, and I didn't understand what it was. And it caused a lot of stress and a lot of fear for me. And a lot of people are having that experience. That's why I want to express it this way, because people can acknowledge that, oh my goodness, maybe it is because I'm an intuitive. And what I need to say before we start anything is that this isn't a gift. This is a skill, an innate human skill that every single person on the planet has the ability of intuitively reading someone psychically and communicating with their people in spirit. No one is missing out. And no one is super special. We all have levels of experience. So you know what? There's some amazing dancers out there. I'm less than amateur. So I kind of treat it in that way, right? I've gotten to the level that I'm at with the amount of practice that I have and how much I challenge myself with the amount of work that I do.
Very interesting. All right. So how does this work?
Yeah. How does this work?
How does this work? Awesome. The look on your faces are awesome.
I told you. Told you we're scared. I get a little scared, I'm
not scared, actually.
So you don't want to poop a little? You're good? You want to take a bath?
I always need to poop a little.
Yeah, she does.
It's awkward for you because you're sitting together.
No, it's not. I'm used to it. I've become accustomed to it, so we're all good. It's something
Excellent.
I've learned to tolerate in our relationship.
So close to each other. Okay, so first of all, I don't know who you are. I just know that you're Cat and Nat. I don't know who either one of you are. So if you can put up your hand and say who Cat is. Thank you. Gotcha. Natalie. Okay, got it. So and I don't know either one of you. I have no clue, which sounds ridiculous, I'm sure.
No.
And that's not something personal. I'm on social media, obviously, because of my business. But I really keep it to a limit. There's only so much that I can take in. So this is how a reading works, and this is what this looks like, and this is how you're going to participate with me. So this is considered a reading with reading with your friend. So the 2 of you together here now, and we're going to be doing a psychic and a medium reading. So that means psychically that I'll be able to read both of you. And here's the weird. I will feel how you feel. I will see what you see, and I will go through the things that you go through like I am you. So no, it's not possession. That's bullshit. So it means that I've asked permission to read you, and I've already got your permission because you knew that I was going to do this. So I'm like, here we go. So if you want me to edit anything, that's not going to happen. What I get is what I give. So I see, hear, and feel information. So that's psychic information. I'll do my best to make sure that I say to you, this is intuitive, this is psychic, this is who I'm picking up. And when I give information, I'm giving details up front, is that I don't need you to fill me in. I don't need you to tell me, because if you're telling me, you're just giving your own reading. I don't need to be here.
So this is real. Okay, I get this. All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm not done explaining because you're going to get confused. Wait for it. Working as a medium, because everyone gets confused. Listen, people have forgotten their names, their address, who they sleep next to. It's ridiculous that people don't know who they are half the time, even when they're wide awake.
Wow.
So working as a medium means that I'll be connecting to your people in spirit. That means that I'll get it, and psychic information is like lightning. Mediumship is like putting together a puzzle. I may or may not know who I'm talking to. I may or may not know who I'm connecting to. But once I get those details, I give them to you, and either one of you needs to confirm. So it's a yes or a no.
Okay.
The same as the psychic information. It's a yes or a no. I'm okay if you say no, because you know what? I'm not perfect. If I was perfect, I'd be smooth everywhere, and I'd live somewhere tropical and visit Canada because I'm from here. So listen, not perfect. I'm okay if I get no's. That's, listen, that's just how life is. I get it. So I drop F-bombs too, if that's okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, we love
Excellent.
F-bombs.
Good to know. Good to know. And if your people in spirit swear, we're doing this. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I
Excellent.
think. Okay.
And I'm not going to remember who either one of you are. I apologize. So I just need to hear from you, either one. I may or may not be looking at the camera as I do this. Okay?
Yes, no problem.
All right. So, gotcha. Okay, I don't need that. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure either one of you where this is coming from. This is psychic information that I want to talk about. So I need to say right away that there is a certain level of anxiety that I pick up, and things sound superficial in the beginning. They're so not going to be as we get into it. Do you have tissues?
Yes.
Excellent. Just making sure. So I need to talk about that I'm picking up a certain level of anxiety, that it sits in my chest area and it drops down into my stomach, meaning that I'm picking up information around people that are around me that I'm picking up with either one of you. I also want to say that this translates into feeling like a level of nausea. Oh, okay. Which translates into fear as well. So which one of you is this that I'm talking about with how you're picking up information?
I mean, I guess I feel anxious right now.
Me too, and nervous.
So when I say this to you, Ten, the other part is that there's additional information with this. The anxiety that I pick up on my chest means that there's a hyper awareness of people that are around you, that you notice what's going on with other people, but it also turns into what you keep saying is nervousness, what you keep saying is discomfort, what you keep saying is worry when I say it's anxiety, that there's this edginess and a discomfort. But the thing is, you show it like you're fine. You show it like you're okay, but you're not. Your insides are going, you can't stand it, but you got this, we're good, things are good, you're good? Oh, good, excellent. Which one is this?
Guess me?
Yeah, I get it. Sounds kind of like both of us.
Both of us at the moment.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
right now it's both of us.
Thank you. So let me continue with the details, and I'll get more as I go forward. The other part that it turns into too is that it's actual fear. Fear of things that are coming, anticipating things that are coming, leaping into the future about how things are. You may be perceived as being confident, which you both are, very much so. And like I said, I'm not going to remember who's who, so I'm going to go with colors of shirts. You good with that?
Yeah.
That's a navy shirt that says "Be Yourself." Is that navy?
Black. Yeah, black.
Ah, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm colorblind. Fine, screw that.
That's okay.
Black. I'm not colorblind. I don't know. I can't fucking see right now.
Yeah, it's cool. We're in a car. Don't worry.
Okay, so I want to come to you and talk to you for a moment with details I'm getting, and I'm going to keep adding into this as I go, and I will make it make sense. I promise you.
Okay.
But I need to say to you that your default always that I pick up is a sense of bravery, a sense of courage, and a sense of strength and a directness. That's your default. That's your first things first when people meet you when they don't know you, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. When I say it's your default, it's kind of like, hi, how are you? Otherwise, you'd be like, no, can we not do this? We're not doing this. We're really not doing this. No, can you stop looking at me? Hi, yeah, God, stop. Oh my God. Way. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's you?
To a point, yes.
Yeah. The other
I
part
don't like
is
small talk. Small talk can be no.
you don't need to fill me in. That's my job.
Got
That's
it.
my job.
I'll just shut up. Sit down, cat. Yeah.
Don't help a girl out.
Got it.
The other part is this, is that the directness that you have is that you need what you need, where you need to be, what that looks like, and you have an absolute clarity about it, which also tells me that you are very discerning and that you do use your feelings, which translates to your intuition, that's how you're picking up things around you. Your set of boundaries is short. You can have a short fuse and be really quick to anger. Don't fill me in. quick to anger to the point of, as soon as there's an injustice, as soon as you see someone else hurt, as soon as there's something else that's going on, you're the one that steps in, you're the one that tells everyone else who's around you, and you set that boundary clear as day, and you turn into, not over here, not on my chop, not on my watch, this isn't happening with me. That's how you function, correct?
Correct.
So that sense of strength and bravery and courage is not recent. It's something that has come from quite some time ago, and I'm hearing the age of 17. Where it would have shown up a little bit stronger, and a little bit further. I also feel there's someone in spirit who's bugging me. Hold on. Step back 1 second. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just wait. I also feel too that over time for you, that it started to build up a lot more, and you had a strong sense of independence younger, but it was also sort of demanded of you in some ways, either that you didn't have the amount of support that you needed, or that you're like, nope, I'll make this happen, do my own thing, here we go. And there was a lot of trepidation that came with this, a lot of discomfort that came with this, but over time, you kind of got used to that feeling of fear and discomfort. You're just like, nah, you're doing your thing, whatever, I got this to do, you can be quiet. Moving on. Right? Like you have found a way to navigate your feelings, what they look like, and use them in ways that are positive for you, that give you the insight that you need, and put to rest those worries and concerns and fears, correct?
Fucking bang on.
Yeah. It's learned though. It's the amount of wisdom that you've had to do with all the obstacles that you've had to overcome to get to where you are. You didn't always have this amount of confidence. You didn't always have this amount of bravery. It's come from your history and how you've made it through and how you've fallen apart, how it's beaten you down, because my legs are covered in goosebumps. I think it's awesome how far you've come and where you're at. You have a certainty, but that's not come from being bold for the sake of it. It's come from your own history of difficulties that you've had that have been really painful, which also means that you also make yourself relatable to people, that people think that they know you, that they think that they can start kind of talking to you right away, engaging you when they don't know you. And the amount of privacy that you have is like 8 feet deep in cement. Like, no. Not here, not now. I'm in the shitter. Really? Who asks a question in a shitter? Right? There's such a distance that you keep for others. And that's because you don't like, it's not that you don't like people. It's that your privacy is very important to you because this is my job. There is a very strong level of transparency to me. This is me getting to the heart of what's happening with you because I'm also feeling it. So I'm not manufacturing me crying. I get impressed upon and overstimulated feeling how you're feeling and what that looks like for you. There's, okay, sorry, there's someone talking to me. Okay. Is it Nat? Is it Natalie?
I am.
Is it Natalie? Thank you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where's that? So there's someone in spirit showing me something that I want to check out then. It's you that has the 3 children?
No.
I.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm gonna fuck it up somehow. Spirit's gonna still tell me. Hold on. I'm inside someone's house and I want to say it's your house. So give me a second here. It's 2 stories, correct?
Are you talking to me or the spirit?
No, I am talking to spirit, but I'm repeating what they're showing me. Who's in the 2-story house?
You.
Oh, right. I live in the shoes.
Forget who you sleep next to, kind of house you live in. You shit the bed every once in a while, but you don't tell anybody. Work with me. Shit's funny. Shit is funny. Fart jokes are the best, not gonna lie. I am that person.
She agrees.
My
She
favorite.
agrees.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back and forth. This feels like this is back and forth because here's the gig. There's someone in spirit showing me something. I don't know who they are quite yet. Like I said, it's like putting together a puzzle. I'm in the, and thank you. You're gonna hear me talk to myself. I'm not talking to myself. Okay. Walking in the front door, double doors either side that come in. There's glass on the sides of the doors. You come in, there's a foyer that's here, come back, and there's a set of stairs up, railing that branches to the right. There's 1 or 2 rooms to the right, branches up to the left, to the railing again, and there's more rooms to the left. You have to use it from my perspective with the room that I'm describing. Whose house is this?
Not my house.
When you come up the stairs, and I also want to say too, they keep showing me that there's a lot of light blue coloring, decoration and stuff in the home. I want to say it's like robin's egg blue. There's blue in some areas that I keep being shown. Where is this?
I'm trying to think.
As I come up the stairs, because they're showing me in spirit, so they're taking me on tour,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to make the connection. As I come up the stairs, kitty corner to me, the room to the right, there's a room that they keep going into. There's a washroom, and when I turn, I walk down and it goes straight back, and there's 4 rooms on this side and a closet.
Not my house.
It doesn't necessarily have to be your home, but they're showing me where they're walking around in this place. Who's Anthony?
Oh my God, my husband's middle name.
Thank
and
you.
his dad's name.
Her father-in-law.
Her father-in-law.
Thanks.
That's what it's called, by the way.
Yeah, father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
My father-in-law.
Okay. Stay with. I'm not sure who I'm with. I'm still going to trust what they're showing me. I'm still going to trust what's being shown to me. And I'm going to, so what do you want me to know? Okay, let me talk to myself, but I'm not. Where are you going? Okay. Nat, dad has 3 brothers. There's 4 in total, 4 siblings.
It's a stepdad.
Who has, so I'm going to say this again then. Dad has 3 siblings. There's 4 in total. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Does that confirm?
It's a stepdad.
What do you mean it's a stepdad?
With a dad with 4 siblings. It's my stepdad has 4 siblings.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a confirmation about it. Because all you kept saying was it's a stepdad. I'm like,
oh,
okay, still a dad, still has siblings.
Like not my dad.
I don't know why you're making this so complicated. You just have to
Me
confirm
neither.
details.
No, yeah, I don't live in that house. Yes.
That's not what he is.
I don't live in a 2-story house. Well, it's a stepdad. I'm like, wow, so harsh.
Natalie. I think she's hoping you'll just focus on me in this one.
I know she's like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I think I need a little.
Literally.
I want a reading, but I want it my way. I don't want to talk to the people that are coming through.
Yes, it's so true.
You're one of those. You're being one of
that
those.
She doesn't want that guy.
He doesn't get to meet me.
Okay, so person in spirit, dad-like energy. He talked about being an uncle. We're correct about that. That's who this person is. And you're just like, but it's so good. Go. Shut now. Let me just clarify with him why he's here. Just give me a moment because we've confirmed who he is. So I'm going to jump all over the place. Stay with me. They're still here. Who's Don or Donald?
My grandfather.
Thank you. He's in spirit, correct?
His name is Donald.
Yeah, Don. Yeah, he's dead. Yes.
What?
He's in spirit. He's in spirit.
Thank you. I don't say dead because your spirit lives on. You know,
Yes.
Listen, this is not about etiquette. It's my perception.
Yes.
I love
Because
that.
you live on, right? So
Yes.
you're never going to hear me say, I'm talking to some dead people, okay?
Okay.
This doesn't feel good to me because you're living on, right? And sitting here now, your spirit's within your body and your body does.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, so Donald's grandpa.
Yes.
Hold on. Why are you here? All right. He's showing me you. He's showing me what's the cheerleading? What's the gymnastics? What's the physical?
My mom.
Say again?
My mom. She was a cheerleader.
Okay. I'm not coming to you. I get this, but I'm going to park you for a second. I'm coming back to the gentleman in spirit. I can't remember your names. I'm sorry. It's because I'm reading and I'm all fucked up.
Okay. I'm
Not
not.
fucked up. I'm filtering information. I'm being shown from this gentleman talking about uncle, right? The uncle that we talked about. You said you were a teenager, that kind of stuff. So stay with me. That's a gentleman I'm still with. I need to tell you something that he's showing me. With you growing up, what's the cheerleading? What's the gymnastics? What's the physical competition, the competitive stuff that you've done? What is this that he's talking about? What's this?
I can't think of anything.
I could be confusing it, so stay with me.
Okay.
Kat, how does that connect to you with you growing up?
That's my mom. My mom was a cheerleader.
Well, my mom was cheerleader too, but if it's talking
Yeah.
about me, no.
Yeah, no, nothing with me.
Okay, so Nat, what did you just say? Your mom's a what?
She was a cheerleader too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So I said, cheerleading and that stuff got to do with you? You're like, nothing to do with me, but my mom. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm still with you. So let's stay with this for a second.
Okay.
If he is showing me this too, this is something as well that I need to tell you that's also very personal. Nat, when I come to you and he shows me things about you, he's letting me know that there was a change within you that there was an element of creativity with you growing up, with how you saw things, but you had shifted either how you were perceiving life in front of you, that it had taught that you shifted the creative part, said, oh, that's something I could do, and gotten into business in some way, or had curbed those things to look into, this is either admin, business, corporate. What's this that he's talking about? What's this part that he's showing me? How does that make sense to you? That's what I want to know. How does that make sense, that there was that shift of that you would have parked that creative part of yourself and be like, oh, well, I can do this some other time, but you're focusing on this other part. What's the connection?
I guess there was a time where I thought I wanted to be an actress.
Thank you. And you parked it.
Yeah, it just never was able to happen.
And you parked it. You need to know something. I was shown creativity, so artistic along those lines too. Okay. It also tells me as well, though, your imagination is absolutely brilliant, that he's showing me. And there's this part of you that it's like you just dropped everything and walked away from and went, oh, no big deal. But I'm letting you know, because he's showing it through his perception to me, to you, that there is this element of who you are that is much bigger than what you present. There are parts of you that you can get to really quickly, creative things that are around you that are accessible to you, but you've left it so far behind you that you would have to bring it back into the forefront for you to be able to use. I'm telling you, what he's showing me is that part of you is still alive and well, and he's letting you know that that's something you should tap into again. That is something that would really help you too, because it feels like to me too, you're chameleon-like, that you can put yourself into any kind of situation and be the person that you need to be, and show someone else. You can show your emotions on your face like that, easy peasy, right? You can show it right away. As soon as something, because it comes across your face, people see it come across your face right away. That not only tells me that you're emotional and you're aware of your emotions, but you also aware how you're feeling with what you do, which also lets me know that you are very vulnerable, that you have that element there. And what he's saying, don't park it, don't leave it, don't do that. Keep that part of you alive and find another way to stimulate that part of yourself. Do you understand what that means when he says this to you?
Yeah, he is a stranger, but yeah.
And people say this all the time. They say that they're strangers, but when someone passes, whether they're connected to you or not, and I recognize you said stepdad, they see your life. And I know that you're so pissed off that you're calling them a stranger, but they know the stuff about you. They knew about the cheerleading, right? They knew about these things. You're like, but how? So that's how this works. That's why it looks confusing. You're like, why wouldn't it be the person closest to me? Whoever's the strongest in spirit that shows up is the one that I give the platform to. The quieter they are, the longer they take, it's harder for me to get to them. Does that make sense to you? Do you have any questions going forward?
Do we share any, do you believe in guardian angels?
Oh, you're asking me a personal question, or are you asking me to read you?
Asking you to read us about guardian angels. Do we have any?
No. Your question was, do you believe in guardian angels?
Well, can I ask you about guardian angels? Could you read that?
I don't work with them.
Don't work. Okay, that's so. Answer done.
Yeah. No other questions whatsoever.
Just like about looking into the future, what you pick up about our future together
as a couple, not sexually.
I'm aware of that.
No, I thought maybe it could change. I'm not sure. I don't want it to, but I didn't know,
Life is long.
Life is very long.
You can have as many partners as you want. Go for it. Go get them. So let me give the specific question again. I'm going to say it out loud one more time. You want to find out where the two of you are heading in business. Is that the correct question?
Sure, yeah.
It's Kat in the black shirt, right?
Uh-huh.
Only took me 45 fucking minutes.
That's okay.
You're the Kat, when I'm being shown, you're the leader of the two of you. I understand that you work in combination and complement each other as well. But what I just saw with that question that was posed to me by Nat is that you're the one that delegates and kind of plans things ahead. You're the one that negotiates with other people, engages with other people. And I'm also letting you know too, that I see TV as well. And then I see other programs getting onto TV and shows as well that are showing up too, that are actually that are in the works, but there's 3 of them already. There's one project that's on the work, and there's 2 others that are coming as well, but that comes through Kat. And it feels like to me that this is, and that's the word, thank you, because I can't think when I'm reading, that this has to do with networking, with how you sell yourself, what that looks like. You don't actually need to sell yourself. It's in your tone, it's in your presence, it's already there in the first place, and you hit it off the mark no matter what. Now, when I come back to you, what I'm being shown in your business as well is that you're also branching out. So not only are the 2 of you going to be continuing to work together, this is 3 years, continuing working together with how you currently are now, but there's branching off. So talking about heading it. So I see, I'm not kidding. So I see a documentary and then I see 2 TV shows that are running series. I also want to, when I come back to Kat, I want to talk about that I see you branching out and I see you leading and teaching seminars and groups. So this feels like to me, and I don't want to say this word at all because it doesn't feel like it's the right fit specifically. It's like you're a leader, like you're an educator. The word that I don't want to say is coach, but you're teaching to other groups as well with the wisdom and things that you've accumulated to this point. It's like your point of placement with people is getting them right with how they feel right away. And then you can teach to an audience in that way. You still work together, but I also see you branching off to doing different projects and coming back together. I don't see your work dissolving in any way. I see other projects showing up and then trying to deal. That's the thing. It's going to get busier and busier and busier. And if you don't know how to nap, I'm going to say, holy moly, I don't know how you're going to keep up to yourself. Because it feels like to me, there's more and more input. And that's the other part too. Everybody has a say with you. What I want to say is this: no matter who is approaching you with what that looks like, what to sell, how to forward it, how people have reached out to you. This feels like business, marketing, sales, all that kind of stuff. Whoever these people are, it feels like it's a constant influx. And it's like you have to like, no. I'm like, yes, no. And I'm feeling sick over it, nauseous over it, because it feels like it's a constant influx that is tiring because your word, your brand, your approach is everything. What I am seeing in this moment, though, the amount of influx, people reaching out, you do need a team of people to field off that stuff, to filter it, to get it to you, so you don't have to waste a lot of energy with it. You need someone who's able to target that, and it's a team of 4 people. There's 1 person that leads, and there's 3 others that delegate. Yeah, the 3. So that there's the first person out front is the one that's interesting. Who's your PR person? Short dark hair. Who's that?
We don't really have one.
Okay, she has short dark hair, French background, slim, tall.
Okay. Well, Lindsay is the one who would be the one, but she's not en français.
She doesn't have short dark hair.
No, she has long, luscious, beautiful hair. But this person sounds intriguing.
Well, you asked the question, so I'm telling you what I'm seeing. So there's a team of 4 people. The person who's out front is a PR person, and I'm letting you know this: short dark hair, tall, slim. They're tall and slim. Slender is the word that I want to say. They're also really direct. They know their business. They know what they're doing. They know how to handle people, and they don't take shit from anybody. They'll find their way through something no matter what. They're very strategic in their thinking, and they support brands very clearly with what they're doing. That's interesting. You want deets? They have 12 years experience with what they've been doing, and they've worked all over. So the person up front, there's 3 that are behind that person. They're the ones that are doing a lot of research, doing the callbacks, and managing and getting back to you as well. The people that you work in this team with the 4 people that I see, they have to be very clear communicators. And I'm letting you know, it feels like sometimes there's difficulty because, and here's the part, this is the cool part, they feel really emotionally connected to you. So sometimes when they talk to someone, if they're saying something that's difficult, they get quite emotionally easily, because it feels like to me, those are the people that you draw into your team that are that way, which is not a bad thing. I think it's amazing. But the lack of communication is the point of, it wasn't very good, it didn't go well, I'm so sorry, I didn't get it right. Like that's what I'm hearing as a response, rather than this seasoned way. I'm telling you this because it feels like your team is much, much, much younger than you anticipated in the first place. Some of the senior people that you will work with, though, don't necessarily have the same openness to where they're headed. Their business, this is it, this is all there is, and you do need that full, bigger picture all over. So I'm letting you know, these people that are in who are the 4 that you work with now?
Lindsay.
There are 4, yes? You don't need to say it. There are 4 already,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all in their 20s, correct?
Yes, except for 1.
And that's
2. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, so there are seasoned people to work with, but that feels contractually for you to work through the different things. And this is about negotiating. You do have 2 lawyers to work with you with what you're doing currently, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, good. And this is all, thank you. So I'm only going to repeat what I'm hearing. This is business management based. This
Yes.
is their background to what they're doing, because I don't know any of this stuff. So I'm repeating to you what I'm being told. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't have a lawyer. I don't think I've ever met a lawyer, to be honest. Yeah. Do you have any
Yes.
other questions going forward before we finish up?
Do you see good things? Do you see good things for the two of us?
And when we say good, we mean happy, fun, and money.
Well, that wasn't a very clear. Let's do that question one more time with what you're asking, because you're like,
Go, Natalie,
so can you
got
just
this.
tell me everything? We're going to be here a
So
while.
when you look to the future, does it seem like we seem happy and fulfilled in what we're doing, as opposed to in like angst and stressed?
And do we make money?
And does it lead to happiness? And is there money and travel surrounding us?
Okay, so that's 14 questions in one.
Answer whatever one you want. Money and travel specifically.
Because here's the thing, you're asking me a never-ending question, so that just means Spirit's going to keep showing me all different kinds of things.
Okay.
Okay.
So first things first. With what I was showing with the first question, what's happening in the future, you're still working within your brand and connected to each other, but you're also going to work outside of it, still with the branch of your name together.
Okay.
Still, right? So there's different things to branch off, different projects to do. It's diversifying in what you're doing, because it also feeds you outside of being together all the time. That's where I'm seeing where that's heading. With that comes a lot of money, but also comes a lot of heartache and a lot of headache. The headache that comes in with that is all the negotiations, the paperwork, what's sitting in front of me, signing contracts, having someone say that to you. And when I said to you, having a younger team, them having to filter a lot of influx of people contacting them with business ideas, approaches, pitches, that kind of stuff, gets really laborious. And that's the part that's taxing for everybody. That's just a part of business. What I can tell you though, with how the two of you work together and how you support each other, because I can feel it. There's a camaraderie. There's an understanding of each other. There's compassion for each other. There's also times where you can have a spat or a quick fight and be like, oh my God, really? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Right? Like it's a quick check-in with each other, moving forward. You got this, I got this, we're okay. But there is a genuine, an authentic approach that you love and care for each other with how you are and what you're doing. That feels intact all the time. The only time that it doesn't feel that way is having to face what's your next decision? What does that look like? Because it feels very time consuming, and it feels like the two of you negotiating between each other over a couple of hours to figure out what's the next thing? How do we agree to this? What does this look like? That's the part that's going to be difficult to do. It's a part of your process. This isn't something that you can bypass. And if you have someone that comes in to do that for you, they're going to screw you. I don't mean physically, unless you want to do your thing. So what I'm saying is, you know your business, you know what you're doing, you know where your sites are, and it's negotiating between the two of you with what that looks like, which is going to cause fatigue, upset, and worry, but not about how you connect to each other, just about where we're heading. What does that look like? And I need to tell you this, make sure going forward that everything that you agree upon is written and not an effing word, like a not a, yeah, okay, I got that. Nope. No. People these are heavy hitters that are showing up for you. There's a network involved with you as well. So it feels like to me that, and that's what I'm hearing. Several. Okay, fine. There's US networks and Canadian. There's one Canadian network is what I pick up. And then I pick up US networks. I do know the two of you have each other, that you're creating a plan with where you're heading, and you are very good at negotiating. You have a lot of clarity between the two of you. I just don't want you to think that the second that someone comes to you and says, I have this great idea, we're going to do this, 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 and this, that you both go, oh, great. No. You have to see on the dotted line what's in front of you. You have to see what that looks like and someone to read over the contract, because I'm letting you know someone's going to try to dupe you.
Again?
Can you give us a name? What they look like? Heads up.
We'll just do another reading in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I need that.
Two.
God, give me the heads up.
How do you two feel?
Great. Weird. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. I'm joking. We feel good.
Have you talked to a psychic or a medium before?
Yes.
Oh, you have. Awesome. You're heading in the right direction. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and there's people that are showing up for you in a way which I think is awesome, because the people that are on your team are very intuitive and authentic themselves. So you've got great people working with you. You really do. And that means this: when your team is out front doing what they need to do, I recognize and feel that the two of you are working together constantly every single day. Take a break. Don't use your phone. Tell everybody that you're working with, I'm taking off the next 6 hours. I'm turning my phone off.
Well, we really appreciate it. Thank you for
Well, thanks
taking
for having
time.
me.
Where
Thank you
can
for having me.
everybody find you?
Oh, you can find me everywhere. No. So you can find me on my
Literally.
social media platforms. So my social media platforms, you'll find under Ursula Darby Psychic Medium. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and have a YouTube channel. You can find my website if you want to contact me and book a reading through ursuladarby.com. Send me an email at bookwithursula@gmail.com, or call me 647-334-7884.
Very good. And people can book from anywhere in the world because you can do virtual.
I work globally. The furthest person that I've ever read was last year, and she contacted me. She lived in Alberta, and she asked me to clear her home in New Zealand.
Clear it?
Clear it, energetically clear it, to see what was going on. So she sent me the address, and she sent me an overview of the house. So I just saw the roof, that was it. So I did a walkthrough in her home on the phone and described her entire house in detail, including furniture, tiles, walls, the people in the room, everybody, named everyone and everything.
Wow.
And yep, that's what's going on. I'm like, okay, cool. So distance doesn't matter. You can connect.
Okay.
As soon as someone gives you permission, you can read them.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's been so nice meeting you.
Me
I wish I could
too.
hug you, but I can't. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you.